Welcome to the deep dive.
Great to be here.
Today we're pulling back the curtain on a corner of the whiskey world that maybe many overlook, independent bottlers.
That's right.
Specifically, we're zeroing in on the Coopers Choice series and the story behind the company, the Vintage Malt Whisky Company. It's kind of fascinating how they've become this, quiet force. Our mission here is to turn what look like simple facts into, genuinely valuable insights for you.
I really get under the skin of what makes them tick.
Exactly.
What?
Have you ever wondered maybe what makes certain whiskeys really rare, really sought after, beyond just the big distillery name on the label?
It's a good question.
Well, think of this deep dive as a bit of a treasure hunt for your palate. We're exploring a brand that really prides itself on finding and bottling those unique expressions.
Those hidden gems.
Precisely. And just so you know, all the info we're discussing today, it comes from some detailed descriptions and blog excerpts about the Cooper's Choice and its parent company.
Good sources. Reliable stuff.
Okay, so let's dig in. Where do we start with the Vintage Malt Whisky Company?
Well, I think the journey really begins with the founder, a guy named Brian Crook. He set up the Vintage Malt Whisky Company way back in 1992.
Okay, 92.
Yeah. And what's really significant about Brian, about his background, is that he wasn't new to the game. He came from a pretty well-known Scottish distillery.
Oh, interesting. What was he doing there?
He was an experienced export director, so this isn't just, a small biographical detail.
No, that sounds important.
It means he brought this immense insider understanding of how whiskey works, production, sales, the global market, all of it, right into his own venture.
Right, so he knew the industry inside out before starting his own thing. That must have shaped the company significantly.
Hugely. I mean, that kind of deep industry knowledge, especially choosing to be an independent bottler instead of, say, building a new distillery.
Yeah, that's a specific path.
It is. And his background, it immediately gave the company credibility. It allowed him to really prioritize something fundamental from day one, an unwavering focus on quality, authenticity, craftsmanship.
So not just selling whiskey, but curating it.
Exactly. He wasn't just chasing trends. And that choice, becoming an independent bottler, that's where the real sort of ingenuity lies, I think.
How so? What's the big advantage there?
Well, it means they aren't tied down. They're not confined to just one distillery style or output.
Yeah.
They have the freedom to source exceptional casks from all sorts of different distilleries and then bottle them under their own label, the Cooper's Choice.
So they're like taste adventurers.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, they can offer perspectives, different flavor profiles you might just never find directly from the distilleries themselves.
Because the distilleries are maybe focused on their core range, their brand identity.
Precisely. They have a house style to maintain. Independent bottlers can showcase the outliers, the unique experiments.
Okay, so if distilleries are like, authors writing a consistent novel series.
Yeah.
Independent bottlers are more like expert anthologists, curating the best, maybe the most unusual short stories from lots of different authors.
That's a great analogy. Spot on. And it's exactly that curatorial eye, that freedom, that really defines the Cooper's Choice series.
So what are the defining features then when you see Cooper's Choice on a bottle?
Well, first big thing, single cask releases. Each bottle genuinely comes from one single cask.
Not just a buzzword then.
No, not at all. It means every single expression has a truly unique taste profile. There won't be another cask exactly like it.
Which must appeal to collectors, right? And enthusiasts looking for something different.
Absolutely. That individuality is incredibly valuable. You're tasting something genuinely one of a kind.
And I read they focus on natural color and non-chill filtering. Why is that important? What does that do for the drinker?
Well, that's crucial for authenticity. It's about preserving the whiskey's full flavor spectrum, its complexity.
How does chill filtering affect it then?
Okay, so when whiskey is chill filtered, usually at low temperatures, some natural compounds, fatty acids, esters, proteins are removed.
Why remove them?
Mainly for cosmetic reasons, to prevent the whiskey from looking hazy or cloudy if it gets cold or if you add water or ice.
Right, I've seen that sometimes.
But the thing is, those compounds, they contribute a lot to the mouthfeel, the texture, and even the flavor.
Ah, okay.
So by not chill filtering and keeping the natural color too, Cooper's Choice ensures you're tasting the whiskey as close to how it came out of the cask as possible. All the nuances, the character.
It's like a mark of respect for the spirit itself.
Exactly. Less interference, more authentic.
And that attention to detail, the single cask nature. I guess that explains why many of these releases are quite rare. often limited runs.
Definitely. Small batch, often just a few hundred bottles from a single cask. That scarcity makes them highly sought after.
But it's not just about rarity, is it? I heard the real excitement where Cooper's Choice really pushes boundaries is in their cask finishes.
Absolutely. This is a crucial part of their identity. They don't just stick to the usual suspects like sherry and port casks.
Although they use those too, presumably.
Oh, yes, those are important traditional maturation styles. But what makes Cooper's Choice stand out is their willingness to experiment. They use more unusual, innovative cask types to add these extra layers of depth and character.
Like what? Give me some examples.
Okay, well, think beyond sherry. Think Marsala wine casks, Sauternes casks, the sweet French wine.
Wow, okay.
Even things like Jamaican rum casks or Malaga wine finishes from Spain.
Jamaican rum. That was at a completely different dimension.
Totally. Imagine the complexity these bring. You might get a single malt with these subtle, tropical notes from the rum cask influence, or really rich, sweet, almost dessert-like quality from a Sauternes or Malaga finish.
It really transforms the base whiskey then. Turns it into something else entirely.
It elevates it, creates a unique sensory experience that you wouldn't get from standard maturation. It's about exploring flavor frontiers.
That's fascinating. And I suppose that adventurous spirit with casks also lets them showcase a really diverse range of distilleries, not just focusing on one type.
Precisely. They bottle single malts and single grains from all across Scotland.
Yeah.
You'll see names but also some perhaps lesser-known ones.
I like
Well, the sources mention examples like Deanston Cambus, that's a closed-grain distillery, so those bottlings are special.
All right.
Inchderny, Cameron Bridge, another big grain player, and then Islay representation with Cale Isla.
So a real mix. Lowland grain, Highland malt, Islay smoke.
Exactly. Whether you prefer something smoky and peaty from Islay or maybe a lighter, fruitier lowland grain, Cooper's Choice often has a unique expression. Each bottle tells its own story through its age, the region it's from, and, critically, that unique cask influence.
It really is like a curated journey through Scotland's entire whiskey map, isn't it? Not just sticking to one familiar road.
That's a perfect description, a curated journey.
And all this work, the quality focus, the innovation, the character, it hasn't gone unnoticed, has it? They seem to have built quite a reputation.
They really have. Significant international recognition among whiskey enthusiasts, collectors, the people who really care about this stuff.
Awards, too.
Yes, they've won awards specifically for their skill in highlighting a distillery's unique character through these really carefully selected, often unusual cask maturations.
So it's not just hype. The quality is recognized.
Indeed. It really solidifies their reputation not just as bottlers, but as master curators of flavor.
Okay, so bringing all these threads together now, why does understanding all this, the independent bottler model, the single casks, the finishes, why does this matter to you, the listener? How does it change the game when you're looking at a shelf of whiskey?
Well, I think it gives you a kind of shortcut. A shortcut to being really well informed about a specific, high-quality niche in the whiskey world.
Instead of just defaulting to the big distillery names.
Exactly. Instead of being maybe overwhelmed by hundreds of distillery names, you learn to look for trusted independent bottlers like the Vintage Malt Whisky Company. They are, in a way, doing some of the hard work for you.
How do you mean?
They're sifting through countless casks out there, using their expertise to find those real hidden gems. Those casks that might not fit a distillery's main brand profile, but are exceptional in their own right.
And then bottling them authentically.
Right. Offering them in their purest form, single cask, non-chill filtered, natural color. So this deep dive, it really reveals how these independent bottlers give you access to rare, incredibly characterful Scotch whiskey.
It opens up a different way to explore.
Yes, a curated journey through Scotland's diverse whiskey landscape that genuinely goes far beyond the mainstream names you see everywhere. It's about finding those unique expressions and experiencing whiskey in a maybe more authentic, more surprising way.
Okay, so let's recap the key takeaway then. The Cooper's Choice, operating under the Vintage Malt Whisky Company, it really exemplifies how focusing on unwavering quality, on authenticity, and especially on that innovative cask management.
That cask finishing, yeah.
How all that can create truly exceptional, highly sought-after whiskeys, even when they're sourcing from a wide range of different distilleries.
It's a real testament to the art of selection and the art of maturation. It's not just about the distillery. It's about what happens after the spirit leaves the still.
Very well put.
And maybe here's a final thought for you to, mull over.
Go on.
When you next find yourself looking at a whiskey bottle, try thinking beyond just the distillery's name on the main label. Ask yourself, what story might an independent bottler like Cooper's Choice be trying to tell with this specific cask, this rare selection?
Thinking about the bottler's intention.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How might understanding their unique approach, their cask choices, their philosophy, how might that fundamentally change what you look for, what you seek out in your next dram? It adds another layer to the appreciation, doesn't it?